OM-system just released their new camera, the OM-3, and I'm not a big shot YouTuber or reviewer, so of course I don't have one with me, but my YouTube feed flooded. And I've watched a few of the videos, especially from Microphone Nerds, Emily, and a few others as well, and I'm not really sure if it's worth upgrading to. I'm actually really confused about who the camera is for, but stick until the end and I will break it all down for you. Hey everybody, and welcome back to a new video. I'm Jimmy, a hobby enthusiast photographer based in Sweden, and in today's video I'm sharing why I personally won't be upgrading to the OM-3. Fair warning, this is not going to be the most positive video about the OM-3, so yeah, just be warned. So first of all, I just want to say that the camera itself looks amazing. I love the style of it. It has the advanced features as the BSI stacked sensor from the OM-1 Mark II. It has the advanced gradient ND filter. It has, everything you could possibly need and want for a camera in that small package. And plus they've kept the weld sealing, so you can use the camera wherever, whenever. Fantastic, that's amazing. And what I specifically like is the more JPEG customizations available with the creative dial thing as well. You can also change the HSL settings or the color settings directly in the camera, which means you can create some amazing film looks by yourself inside the camera. So if you're a JPEG shooter, a straight out of camera shooter, it's amazing. It's something I would have wanted on my OM-5. Well, yeah, my OM-5 for so long actually, because I love just bringing my camera out. So having those options inside the OM-3 is great, to be honest. I really love that they did that. But here's the thing, I kind of feel the OM-3 is in between the OM-5 and the OM-1 Mark II. And in the rest of the video, I will just say the OM-1, but I will be referencing to the Mark II camera. Size-wise, it's a little bit bigger than the OM-5 and a little bit smaller than the OM-1. And that's not the issue itself. My main issue is it's not marketed as an EDC, everyday carry, but it's also not marketed as anything else specifically. If I quote OMsystem's website, born to create, experience creative freedom redefined, the OMsystem OM-3 empowers you to explore and push the boundaries of what's possible. Unleash your creativity wherever your inspiration takes you, urban, remote, and everywhere in between. It's small, but not small enough to be an EDC in my opinion. I even find my OM-5 to be hard to, getting down in my pockets most of the time. I just heard a sound, that's why. And while it has all the features of the OM-1, it lacks the ergonomics to be a wildlife or sports camera as well. I mean, if you hold it in your hand like this, because you don't have this hand grip, you will be holding it really tight, and I think that will just not work in the long run. And even if you wrap it around your hand or your wrist like this and walk around like this with it, you still don't have the grip. It's flat like that, so you don't have the grip. So when you're trying to grip something that's completely flat like this, you're gonna have to use a lot more power in your hand to actually hold it. And sure, you can hold it or have it around your neck like this as well. And I get the whole point of that. The OM-3 is to be representing the old OM-1 from 1970 something. So I get the whole retro design in that aspect. I also believe using the OM-3 with a big lens, as you usually would with when you're shooting wildlife or sports events, it would be really uncomfortable and also really unbalanced, because I don't think it would probably tilt a lot. So you would be having to use both hands to keep it up steadily all the time, which ergonomically is not good. So I'm just a little bit confused who this camera is for and where it fits. So again, if you're using it as a travel camera, as I am doing with my OM-1 or for my documentary photography, I mean, I don't always want to have it around my neck like this. Most of the times, or many times at least, I would say even 50-50, I will be carrying it in my hand like this. So having that flat grip is not really preferable. Yeah, preferable. And the confusion only grows when we look at the price tag of the camera. At $1,999, it sits right up there with the OM-1. And that's OM-system's flagship camera. So why did they price them basically identically? If you're looking for a serious wildlife sports or just a pro level camera, the OM-1 makes so much more sense to get. And just one of the reasons is being with dual SD card slots. It has better ergonomics, it has a really nice deep grip for your hand, it has all the features that the OM-3 also has, which is like the high-res mode, live ND, gradient ND, and yeah, again, all the features you could even imagine that could fit inside a camera. But on the other hand, if you want a more compact camera, the OM-5 is still more pocketable and easier to carry with than the OM-3. So where does that leave the OM-3? If you want a lightweight camera and can live with having it around your neck most of the time, and maybe dabble in faster paced photography time to time, maybe it makes sense to get the OM-3. But at this price, is it really the best option? In my opinion, the OM-3 should have come out around $1,200 to $1,500 for the body. I just think that would have made much more sense. At $2,000, OM-system is asking flagship money for a camera that's not the flagship. Ironically, I think OM-system have accidentally made a really good hybrid camera though. Just one thing to note, it doesn't shoot 4K open gate, but it does have 4K up to 60 FPS, which is more than fine for vlogging, for example. But it also shoots 1080p up to 240 FPS, so you can have really nice slow motion footage with unlimited recording time. So you can record for as long as you want without any restrictions. It also supports OM log, so color grading is also something that can be done beautifully on this camera, while it also has some cinema profiles, so you don't actually have to grade your footage afterwards. But yeah, that's amazing, that's really good. And it records with 10-bit as well. You have the option of 8-bit and 10-bit. As I watched Emily from Microphone Nerds, she said that the 8-bit footage is really soft, so stay at 10-bit for recording. And I think this is actually where the OM-3 could shine a lot, being a hybrid camera, but that's not what OM-system is marketing the camera as. It has really advanced autofocus, the same autofocus as the OM-1. And everyone who's using the OM-1 knows how good the autofocus is and the tracking. And it also includes the normal microphone port and the headphone ports. It also has HDMI ports, so you can monitor what you're recording. But again, as Emily said on her video, it lacks a little bit the more advanced video features. But as a vlogger or YouTuber like this, I don't know if it's actually needed. I just think it's so strange that OM-system completely missed this, and they could have done a really good marketing about it being a hybrid camera, because that's actually where it would shine. So just a mid-sequence here before I continue into the last point where the reason why I won't be buying this camera, if you haven't figured it out already. If you're using the OM-3 as a everyday carry or just a travel camera overall, I mean, usually you don't need those advanced features as the OM-1 has or the OM-3 has now. And if you're using it as a sports camera, the ergonomics is not there to actually support that kind of photography or wildlife or any other fast-paced photography. So again, I feel I don't see where the camera actually fits. This camera doesn't fit into a clear category. OM-system promotes this camera as a travel, everyday carry, kind of everyday use in some ways. But in reality, it's a fantastic hybrid camera. So I think it should have been more promoted as a vloggers kind of camera, creators camera, really. Personally, I would have loved having the OM-3 as my only camera for recording and taking photos. Well, I guess the only bad thing about that I wouldn't be able to have it on my side here. So it looks good meanwhile I'm recording, but that's another problem. And I really love the JPEG customization that's available in the camera, but I wouldn't be paying 2K for just that. And I haven't mentioned this in the video so far. I kind of saved it until here because I didn't want to moan too much. I don't think I actually did a good job of not moaning, but oh well. But I would have loved to see just a normal tilt-up screen or pull-out screen for easier waist-level shooting instead of a fully articulate screen. I mean, it's fine, but I would have preferred something else there. Sorry, I had to put on my gloves here and my hat because it's so cold in the air today. So I just needed a little bit of gloves and warmth here. If they were committed into the retro aesthetics of the camera, why not go all in? A dedicated shutter and ISO dial would have sealed the deal. The way it is right now, it kind of breaks the illusion. And as I've been moaning throughout this video so far, its lack of a proper grip makes it harder to handle. I mean, yes, you can carry it around your neck all day, all night if you want to. Is it really the best option? No. Is that what they did back in the days with film? Yes. I don't know. I love the style, but I don't think the features and the style of the camera goes together. And compared to my OM-5, I just don't see too much of an improvement to justify the upgrade either, especially at that price tag. The OM-5, size-wise, is already big enough for me, and while it lacks the stacked sensor and the advanced autofocus, I don't really need it for my type of photography. And since I'm doing documentary style, street, and well, that kind of photography, why would anyone else really need it? I mean, of course, it's so nice to have. The features of the camera is so good. So if I need them, they're fantastic to have there. But I could have survived without them completely, to be honest. So if I would have wanted a pro-level camera for wildlife sports or other fast-paced photography, the OM-3 wouldn't be the camera I would go for. I mean, the OM-1 is actually made for that type of photography. The OM-3 shares a lot of the features that the OM-1 has, but I just don't see them being useful in normal type of photography as it's kind of marketed for. So I don't know, this video has been a lot of moaning about the OM-3. Again, as a hybrid camera, I think it would shine. I think it would be a fantastic hybrid camera, but not at that price tag. Again, they're asking flagship money for a non-flagship camera. So yeah, I don't know, 1200 to 1500, that's where I put this camera. That's where this camera should have been at. So what do you think? Is the OM-3 worth it? Or are you sticking with your current setup? Let me know down in the comments. And even though I've been moaning a lot today, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and consider subscribing. I appreciate it so much. But until next time, have a good day or evening whenever you're watching this. Out!